welcome back to the channel. And today I want to bring you a video talking about New Year's resolutions, tightening your belt. It's that time of year again. Happy New Year to you all. But it is the time of year where we will make those cuts. We'll make resolutions and we'll tighten our belts. Maybe we'll be cutting things out of our diets. Maybe we'll be taking up some exercise. For me personally, I had to look at my TBR. I won't bore you with all of the mammoth books I'm reading this year because I've already covered that in a previous video. But because I'm going to be reading all those books, I'm going to have to tighten my belt TBR-wise this year. Some things just will not make the cut. So I've had to look and make some difficult decisions. 5 things that will struggle to make it onto my TBR this year so I can make room for those massive page counts. The first of those will be non-fiction. Some books that I had lined up for this year, things such as X, the autobiography of Malcolm X, is quite a thick book. Probably won't make the TBR. The top of my non-fiction TBR, unfortunately, was a book I wanted to actually read last year that fell off the TBR, and that is The Last Samurai. This is all about the life of Saigo Takamori, the titular Last Samurai. A really, really interesting book there about his life. It's only about 250 to 300 pages, but it's not going to make the cut. There's just not enough room on the TBR. One kind of event, reading event that I really wanted to take part in September, as there were 2 of the plays on my 50 to read before I'm 50, was Shake-Tember. I wanted to read King Lear or Othello in September. It's looking unlikely, even though they're not the longest things to read. I really wanted to take my time. I really wanted to study it. I really wanted to look at maybe some adaptations on the stage or in movies of those stories, because there are a couple of really, really interesting adaptations as well. So that kind of big planned event for Shake-Tember is probably looking like it's going to bounce the year. It's a pity, but these cuts have to be made. One genre which will suffer this year, unfortunately, is the crime and thriller genre. I'm probably going to read 2 to 3 books in this genre this year, whereas I like to read like kind of 5 or 6. Some that may not make it. Unfortunately, the 3rd book in Ian Fleming's 007 series, Moonraker, will likely not make the cut, but that would usually be read in December, so let's keep an eye on that. Another one, which would usually be kind of a late summer or autumn read, would be the 2nd book in the Bosch series by Michael Connelly, The Black Ice. Again, it's going to be tough to find room for that one on there. And then the 2nd book in the Philip Marlowe novels by Raymond Chandler was another one that was, it's there. It's on the reserves bench, if you will, for the TBR, but unfortunately, crime and thriller may take a bit of a culling this year to make room for bigger books. It's also going to kind of inhibit my ability to start new series. I do already have kind of 15 to 20 concurrent series that I'm reading. Some of those are, you know, the reason why I'm having to make these cuts. But starting new series, ones that I really, really wanted to get to this year, one of them being the Earthsea series by Ursula K. Le Guin. The first of those being A Wizard of Earthsea. It's probably not going to make the cut this year. It's probably going to slide to 2026. As are the Blackwater books. I've got a bunch of them here. I've just pulled off my shelf. But Michael McDowell's Blackwater, I would like to have started this in spooky season. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. Each one of these is only about 250 to 300 pages long in length. They're quite short. So it may sneak back on the list, but at the moment it's looking like a bridge too far. Then, of course, there are returning or ongoing series that may suffer at the hands of this ridiculous TBR goal I've set myself. One of those series is the Sharp series of novels. I've already read, I think, 5 books in already. This is book 6, Sharp's Rifles, actually the first one published, but in chronological order it is book 6. Yeah, Sharp's Rifles may not make the cut this year. That's a real shame. I've been reading that every year for the last like 4 years. Also, Return to Discworld. I wanted to read Weird Sisters next. I hadn't read any of the Witches books. They do come highly recommended. That is another series I may not be able to return to in 2025. So those are 5 things that may slide off the TBR this year. Let's see how it goes. A few of those might make it back on very, very late in the year if I've got time, if the page counts are being kind to me. But please let me know. New Year's is here. Is there anything you're having to cut off of your TBR? Is there anything you're having to say goodbye to, or maybe just transferring to your long-term TBR to 2026 because of a goal that you've set for yourself? Let me know in the comments below and we'll have a chat.